Hi everybody, welcome back to this week's episode. Now, I would say that single-handedly, over all the years that I've been driving, I have experienced the worst driving and seen the worst possible outcomes of people behaving badly on the roads when I've been towing a caravan. I don't know why, but people seem to be hell-bent on cutting me up, getting in front of me at any cost when I'm towing a caravan. It was one of the reasons why that back in the early days I bought myself a Dashcam, because I thought at one point somebody will hit me or somebody will cause an accident right in front of me. Now, I bought a Dashcam 3 years ago when we first bought our caravan, and it was fine, it was good, it was a cheap model, I won't lie, and everything seemed fine to start with, but then over time it fell apart and stopped working altogether. Thankfully though, technology's moved on and there are now better, more reliable dashcams available on the market. And in the last couple of weeks, Nextbase have been in contact with me and they've asked me to share with you my thoughts on the Nextbase 412 GW dashcam. So a couple of days ago I opened the box and let me show you exactly what you get in the kit. Okay, so in the box of the Nextbase 412 GW we got ourselves a few pieces of paperwork. The first one lets us know that we need to download the latest firmware. We've got a quick start guide here which lets us know in 5 easy steps what to do to get ourselves up and running. The device itself is really quite small. As you can see here, it's pretty tiny, isn't it? It fits in the palm of my hand really quite well. It means it won't take up much space in the windscreen. Now, underneath the main compartment we've got our cables and our mounting options. To start with, we've got a USB power cable, and this is plenty long enough for us to route the cable around the windscreen. We've got a standard USB plug and socket, our suction cup and GPS module. We've also got another mounting option as well. And then finally we've got ourselves a sticker to put into our car. And the CD-ROM comes with a user manual and some software for us to view the footage from the dashcam. Now, on top of this, I've also acquired a 32 gig micro SD card as well. Installation is really straightforward. Step 1, just install the SD card into the dashcam. Step 2, remove the top cover. Step 3, affix the GPS module with the suction cup. Step 4 is very straightforward, just install the cable around the windscreen. And the final step is to fit the dashcam straight into the windscreen of the car. So there we go, that's it now installed in the car. As you can see, it's a pretty small little device really, isn't it? Let's just zoom straight in there. And you can see it's straight behind the wing mirror, looking straight at us. So the only thing we need to do now is just get on the road and see what it's like. Right, so we've got the dash cam installed now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a little drive. We're going to do some rural streets, some A roads here through Wiltshire, and then I'm going to go into town, which will be Swindon. We'll go through some of the tricky roads in Swindon. I'll take you over the magic roundabout, and then finally we may end up on some motorways. Now you'll see that on the screen with the dash cam there's a load of numbers across the bottom. That's giving us the model number of the particular dashcam we have here. We're also looking at the speed, which is calculated by the GPS, and we're also looking at the location as well. One of the steps which I did undertake, which was the yellow sticker when we opened the box, was to download the latest firmware. I did that. That was a very straightforward task indeed. It was just a case of downloading a couple of files, putting them onto an SD card, and then turning the dashcam on, and the update took place there and then. It took around about 90 seconds to do, but there was no issues and no problems in completing that task. So now it's straight out of the box. The settings are completely default bar one thing, and that is the resolution. I've changed the resolution to 1080p, and that's just because I want it to look right in this video which I'm doing for you today. But all the other settings are exactly out of the box. So let's carry on our journey now. We're just outside of Wroughton at the moment. We're by a particular favourite place of mine called Hatpen Hill. So we're going to go down the road through Wroughton and then head off into Swindon itself, and you'll give an idea of how the footage actually looks. So on this dash cam, there's a few features which are worth noting. First of all, the wide angle view that you're getting. You are looking at 140 degrees angle, which basically means you're going to get the whole front of your car, a little bit of the sides of the bonnet as well, and also everything which is going on in front of you. As you can see, I'm looking at a really clear view of the front of my bonnet. There's a nice view of the road in front of me, and there's a little bit of the sky, so you can get a real idea of what's going on around you. Now, another great feature of this particular dash cam is the fact that it has GPS enabled onboard. Now, right now I have the cruise control set to exactly 50 miles an hour in the car, so you can see that the difference between the 50 miles an hour I have on my dash here and the 50 miles an hour which is being calculated by the GPS. There will be some discrepancy, of course there will be, but it gives you a really good indicative idea of how fast you are travelling when an incident arises. Right, so as we're waiting here in the traffic, I'll just let you know of another really excellent feature of this dash cam. It has Wi-Fi capabilities, which basically means that you can download your footage straight to your smartphone. Now, how that works is you create a Wi-Fi hotspot from the dash cam itself. You download a free application for Android or Apple devices, and it allows you to connect to your device and download the footage straight onto your smartphone. It means you don't need to fiddle with the dash cam to get the footage off. So I thought I'd give you the highlights of the magic roundabout. It seems to scare a lot of people. I don't know why. It's probably one of the simplest junctions you could ever think to cross, to be honest with you. By the time you're on the junction, you're already halfway through. Like that. And then it's just a case of filtering around and using it like another roundabout. So as we're queuing again in traffic, I'll just let you know that the dash cam itself does come with an internal microphone as well. Now, what you're listening to at the moment is not the audio from the dash cam, but if I make this switch right now, you can now hear the audio from the dash cam. Now, the thing to remember as well is that I've got the air conditioning on. I haven't got a radio on. There we go. So maybe now you can hear what it's like with the radio on and me talking at a fairly normal voice. So it does mean that it's going to record your internal conversations. You can switch that off as well if you so wish. If you don't want it to record your conversations, if you're having a private conversation all the time, or you're a little bit paranoid about what you actually do share, then, you know, obviously you can switch that all off. Now, all the artifacts that you've got on screen, you can switch all of those off, so you can actually end up with a completely blank screen, which is quite good really, because if you want to record some arrival videos, or if you don't want it to record anything from your journey, like the location or the speed, etc., you can switch all of that off and have just a completely blank screen. Right, there we go guys. I hope that footage has been of use to you. Now, I recorded all of that earlier on today and I've reviewed it myself to have a look at what this little device actually records, and I think it's actually pretty good. The quality is pretty clever. The colours are a little bit on the blue side, but they're not really designed for cinematography, are they? They're designed to be clear and functional. Now, I haven't taken it out at night time. I haven't given it at different times of the day. If you are interested in that, I might just do a compilation of the same route at different hours of the day, so you get a really good idea on what the footage actually looks like. So there's a couple of points I just want to raise with you about this particular dash cam. First of all, the Wi-Fi capability is absolutely superb. Being able to get the footage off of the dash cam straight onto your phone is absolutely brilliant. I had a previous version that didn't have that capability, and it was a real pain uncoupling the dash cam from the car and also getting the footage off of the SD card. That brings me on to my second point, which is actually removing the dash cam from the car itself. The mounting system is absolutely superb. Being able to just clip it in and clip it out is absolutely awesome. It doesn't mean then you need to uncouple the suction cup, pull the cabling out. It's really, really good. Now the third point is the menu system. It's very clear, very easy to use. I haven't shared it with you because quite simply it's very, very straightforward. I am going to be writing a blog article which shows some of the extra features which I haven't discussed in this video, and also going through the menu options as well. It's very, very straightforward, but I'm going to be writing that up into a blog post in the coming days, so look out for that on our website. Now I mentioned that there's other functions in this dashcam, and indeed there are. If you leave the dashcam in park mode, it can sense if it has a bump whilst it's parked up and records a part of the footage before, during and after it considers there to be a bump. Invaluable if you're in built-up areas and your car is constantly getting knocked about by other inconsiderate people parking their cars around you. That just leaves me to give you my final conclusion. Would I recommend it? Yes, I think this is very good. It is expensive. There are cheaper ones on the market, but here's the bottom line. I bought a cheaper dashcam a few years ago. It was great until it broke, and I didn't realise it was broken until I needed it. And that's the problem. The cheaper ones don't always last. They're cheap for a reason. They're cheap because they use cheap components. This thing I hope will last. It's a good piece of kit, it's well built, nicely designed, and I suspect you'll see footage from it coming forward in the coming vlogs. So there we go guys, I hope that's been of use for you today. Any questions, feel free to pop them down below and I'll try my hardest to answer them for you. A link to this model is in the description beneath as well, and also a link to where you can purchase one of these right now. There we go guys, speak to you soon, take care, bye bye.